couple of keywords for you. Late Cavs game tonight, 10 o'clock. They're on the West Coast. They will start up against the Kings in Sacramento at 10 o'clock tonight on MMS. Pre-game around 9:30. So I'll have that money for you here in a few minutes. Hey, Gaylord.
Hello, Mr. Cox, and hello, Miss Santora, and Mr. Squire.
You know, Gaylord, I've been having a lot of people. I got a message that you were in the hospital, and I couldn't confirm it, and so I had a lot of the listeners asking how you were, if I had heard anything, and I had to tell them I hadn't.
Well, I was at the Lorraine Mercy, I call it hotel. I took a vacation for a few days. I had another syncope episode, and my heart kind of almost stopped. But
was this on your birthday?
The day after.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, too much partying. I had a piece of cake.
Oh, God.
I think that blew
You mean
me
cake?
out of the water.
Gaylord, cake is kicking your ass? You turned 69 and cake is starting to kick your ass?
I was going to say, when I party too hard, I pee in a sink.
Well, man.
Right.
Just don't get old. That's all I can say. Life turns around, and you go from being strong as a rock to just end up being a little marshmallow. And like I said, all it took was no, I'm kidding about the cake, but I just had finished my breakfast with my wife and was sitting and talking to her, and all of a sudden, wow. The last thing I remember was being taken out of the house with the squad, and thank God for the local ambulance system out here in Camden Township. I give them many, many kudos, but they know me by name, so.
So how long did they keep you for observation, or how long were you in there?
Well, I was in there for about 3, maybe 4 days.
Oh, boy.
And they were observing my heart once again. They can't seem to pinpoint exactly what causes it. They've come up with many theories, but, it's like they just throw a dart against bullseye.
Well, at the very least, I assume they ruled out cake.
Yes,
All right.
They sure did. The excellent doctors.
Well, otherwise, Gaylord, we want to make sure you're all right. Otherwise, what can we do for you?
Well, I wanted to inform Mr. Squire that I have tickets to his Friday show, and I intend on seeing him in person.
Where's Friday's show?
You mean this Friday in Fremont?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you out there.
Now, Gaylord,
And
don't
I
have
hope
cake before you go to the show.
Yeah, don't cake block yourself.
Don't
No.
do that.
I think maybe I'll drink a bunch of beer. No, I can't drink with all the meds I take. I mean,
okay. All right, we'll boot some
that's
heroin or something. We'll do something fun.
Yeah, he's going to get you on the horse, Gaylord. Don't you worry about that a bit.
Yeah.
All right, well,
But anyway,
have fun.
I hope, pardon me, sir. I didn't mean to talk over you.
That's all right.
I do apologize.
That's all right.
But I just hope I have the opportunity to be able to get to meet Mr. Squire
You
personally.
absolutely
There's a big old
will
meet and greet
not.
problem.
I do not just go and meet people after my shows. It's $1 billion.
Yeah.
No, I'll be there. I'll be
He hates the
hanging
adoring
out
public.
after the show, taking pictures and meeting everybody, of course.
Well, when you see an old man with a long gray beard, and that's walking with the cane. That's probably me.
Santa.
You
Oh,
don't know
well.
my crowd.
You're going to
There's
have to
of
be
those
more
than you think.
specific
Yeah.
than that. All right, good. Well, we're glad you're all right, Gaylord, and Bill will see you on Friday.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks to all my family there. I love you all. You mean the world
All
to
right.
me, and as long as I keep
All right.
kicking, I'll be like the old Timex watch and keep coming on back and
Right.
calling you guys and annoying you all.
All right.
All right.
But you
All-
mean the world.
I'll annoy you on Friday in Fremont.
Okay.
BillSquire.com for tickets if you're out that way.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Gaylord. There's a Gaylord out in Wellington who all we had heard, I had just gotten a message from his nephew or somebody that
That was
he.
his daughter.
Well, his daughter called for his birthday,
Oh.
which was like a couple of Fridays ago. And then right after that, I got a message from somebody. You know, like I'm not ever really on Facebook. So I apologize to people who message me there because I'll see it like a week and a half later. But that time I happened to go on and somebody's like, hey, Gaylord's in the hospital. So we didn't hear anything past that. And I mentioned it briefly. And people were like, hey, what happened to Gaylord? I go, I don't know. So there he is. You prematurely kill celebrities like Cody prematurely killed the Midway Mall on Friday, which is not an Amazon distribution center.
Bruh.
Well, first of all,
it
I didn't
should be.
prematurely kill him. I said I didn't. We heard he was in the hospital, and I hadn't heard an update.
He's not a celebrity.
The person, well, he is to this audience. I mean, you know, it doesn't take much, but I'm just saying that the person who messaged me, I hadn't heard any follow up from them, and I didn't know who they were.
Bro.
The Rutherford B. Hayes Museum there is in Fremont, I think. So
Oh,
that'll be very
I guess
exciting.
I got to go out
America's
early.
19th president.
America's 19th president.
Man.
Absolutely correct. Not to be confused with the drag queen Rutherford B. Hayes. What, Cody?
I'm shook. Like, I thought for sure this is like my hometown mall. I thought it had been closed.
Well, they say there's only about 5 stores left,
Bro,
but it's
it's-
technically operating as a mall. I was reading they're putting stores back into Tower City.
Well,
Like new stores in
They're
Tower
always
City.
trying to.
Tower City is prime real estate. I don't understand why it doesn't do well. It's probably just because of the location. People don't want to pay to be downtown, like pay to park. Like
Yeah, but
Cleveland's.
parking is like $2 to get
It's-
into Tower City.
No,
At least it
it's
used
not.
to be. Used to be.
Well, it's not anymore. Parking downtown is very expensive, and there's not malls at every corner of the city. Like you could go to Cracker Bar, you could go to North Olmsted.
But I just remember going to the only time I was ever in Tower City is when the movies were still open. And even that was very infrequent. But I just remember going like on a Sunday years ago and going to a movie at Tower City and parking underneath. And I swear to God, it was like $3.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
Well, it's not like that anymore.
Last time I was
there's
there, it was like
offices
$6, and but
That's still
if you,
cheap.
If you, but there's a lot of people that don't want to pay at like.
And there's
Well,
more
yeah,
of
okay,
no
listen,
need
I
to.
won't
You
pay
can
for
see movies
parking.
anywhere.
Listen,
Yeah.
adults, you have to pay for parking. If you're complaining about $6 to park, parking's not free. Like I know in a lot of places it might be, but it's not.
But
people are like, "Oh, I can't find a parking spot in downtown Cleveland. It's a downtown American city. You're gonna pay for parking. It's still super cheap.
But it's great for the
$6.
people that live down here will shop down here because it saves them time. But there's not really a need for people who don't live near downtown Cleveland to come to downtown Cleveland to shop. Like there's malls all over the place. There's movie theaters all over the place. There never really was a need to have a mall down here. We're not. Cleveland is not busy during the weekday like that. Like we're not it's not like downtown Chicago where there's people walking
They're
around all the
trying
time.
to get
But it used to be.
businesses down here to kind of mitigate that.
You
3 new small businesses
Got to give them a reason.
are moving into Tower City. Apple Jack's Toys,
Okay.
a nostalgic toy store. Mike the Hatter. They were right here in the, was that them here in the arcade?
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, moving into Tower City. And Shake and Slide, a disco-tinged burger joint.
All right. That's what I've been waiting for.
The company that's trying to rehab Tower City into something useful has signed all 3 of these in there.
Are they going to put a Chick-fil-A in the food court?
Sometimes they'll have a
Is the food
Chick-fil-A,
court still open?
like a stand.
It's like a pop-up.
Yeah, like a pop-up, and you can go and get a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Well, I don't want to pop up. I don't want it to just be like some days it's there, some days it's not. If they get a
Look at
reliable,
their schedule.
I need a Chick-fil-A in there, and I need a smoothie joint in there, and then you got my business for life.
You know, there's a Chick-fil-A down the street at CSU, right?
He's not going that
That's
way. That's
all the
the
way
east
down the
side.
street.
It's like, yeah, it's on the east side. It's right there on the. It's like 22nd and Euclid. It's not that far. Take a walk.
That's a pretty far walk.
Applejack's Toys is going to be where the Cavs team shop used to be in Tower City.
I love Applejack's Toys.
This is the first time hearing of
I
it.
didn't know about it either.
There's one in Lakewood.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
And I think there's another one.
Chagrin Falls is what this is. I've never heard of it before.
How about
All
they
right.
put a store in Midway Mall? They could use some more stores.
Why don't you put a store in Midway
Yeah,
Mall?
why don't you
Yeah.
go in
Do
there?
something with your mornings.
But the Poundcake store.
I don't even have money to shop there. Like, I mean,
You get investors. You-
Maybe you do. You didn't even know it was a mall until 30 seconds ago.
I thought it had closed down because they had been talking about making that mall a Amazon facility for like the longest time, and I just assumed
The one in Warrensville.
that's North Randall.
Randall Park Mall. That's an Amazon
That's the
facility.
Amazon thing, but that's been that for a while. Tower City parking is $16, someone says.
See,
That still sounds cheap to me. I got to
No,
tell
that's
you.
not cheap.
but it's
I-
not
it's
going to
not?
do it for,
That's not
for no
cheap.
need.
All right.
That's not cheap for nothing going on. That's like if you're coming downtown and there's no game or anything to pay $16 a part. I feel like it should be like under 10.
Well,
like
no, but what I'm
$8.
saying is when there are games, it's ridiculously expensive. They're like $75, to park in a garage where your car's going to get broken into. Like, I guess you fish where the fish are, but
What they need to do,
$16 on a regular day where you could park and then walk around downtown, that doesn't sound like a lot to me.
I think it's too much.
to increase
Apparently, there's a lot of people who think that.
like the awareness of Tower City that, oh yeah, we're a mall and we're open for business. They need to have acts there on a regular basis, either like small little concerts, like
They tried doing stuff like that, and
they
nobody
also,
went.
The busiest I've ever seen was when they had, what was it, Tom Middleston, or what's his name? Hiddleston?
The actor who plays Loki?
The actor for Spider-Man. What's his name?
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah, he was there.
Doing
and,
what?
And I don't know, him and Zendaya were there, and and they were, it was some type of meet and greet or something. But when they have like
You're
those
just
little,
Zendaying it up.
Okay. Don't just go to
but when they have those little conventions there like that,
Zendaya, man.
you get a bunch of teens there.
Fighter of the night, man. I got $1,000 for you. It's a chance to grab some money from the Buzzard bookie, giving it away like it ain't even mine. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Money, that's money. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
I hope we've all gotten hip to the fact that one of the most fun Twitter followers for people who are still on that godforsaken hellscape is the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. Whoever they have doing their social media does a fantastic job. NEORSD on social media. They posted, don't let the fact that the Ravens blew a 31-17 fourth quarter lead today distract you from the fact that the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead in 2016 and the Cuyahoga River came back from a 13-fire deficit. They went deep on that. That's very good. That was a big Browns win. I was doing the Cox out in Parma, and like from the jump, like Baltimore, I think, scored in the first 30 seconds of the game or something. I think by halftime,
the
a lot of
play of the game was a pick six.
a lot of people had thrown their hands up, and so later on, when I was kind of peeking in on the game, I was amazed. That's great for them. Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District also in the news because they're crowing, as they should, about a brand new pump station that will help relieve all that Cleveland lakefront sewage overflow. When Mary Santora is down there at Edgewater Beach, ankle deep in Dookie,
Whoop, whoop.
and loving it,
My favorite time of the year.
it's not going to be so much anymore.
Dang, man.
They
Where
got their
am I gonna
new-
get my yeast infections now?
Oh, I have a feeling you'll find them.
God.
They'll present themselves to you.
Dirty D.
Brr,
Done dirt cheap.
done dirt cheap. The new Westerly pump station is going to be helping to divert the excess sewage. They're going to cut down a total of 4 billion gallons overflow by the year 2036. Oh, is that all?
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it takes.
Well, there you go. So a brand new, listen, in a lot of places, this wouldn't be front page news, but a new pump station so that you don't end up, awash in poo when you're, now granted, this isn't prime beach time of the year, but there are still people down there. There's always year-round people on the lakefront. There's those fall surfers who get out there. And so they're just adding tunnels to the existing ones, the pump stations.
I'm going to Box Doctor tomorrow. Should I ask them? Should I say, listen, my prime method
good for you.
My prime method of receiving UTIs and yeast infections is soon going to be cleared by 2035. How do you recommend?
Definitely ask them.
How do you recommend I continue to get those?
Mm-hmm.
You think they've ever been asked that? Like, ma'am, you want these infections?
You could be the very first person. You go, look, I'm going to get them. I want to know the best way to get them.
You tell me how to mainline this.
Yep. So the regional sewer district crowing about that. Now, speaking of sewage, Walker Hayes.
Oh, here we go.
This corn pone who dropped the dumb Applebee's song on us a couple of years ago, where it's basically just a 3.5-minute paid advertisement for Applebee's, has doubled down with his new holiday song, Fancy Like Christmas.
Hell yeah.
This guy doesn't know when to give up. Which sounds exactly like the Applebee's song. Have you heard this?
No, but I feel like you're jealous.
But it's about Christmas. I wonder if they're going to be playing this on Magic. It's all Christmas over there.
So we fancy like Christmas round a fake street. Nutcracker on a mantle and a candy cane candle. Get your eggnog.
All right, it's,
That sounds worse.
How? It sounds exactly the same.
No, that one's like
as
way
bad as
overproduced.
Ugh.
There's like jingle bells in it and stuff. That's not
Well,
good.
you got to put
Well, it's
the
a Christmas
Christmas song.
song.
It's not gonna be a Christmas song.
I'm just saying.
That's what makes it fancy, Mary.
I didn't realize.
The sleigh bells.
I thought you were the country music person here, and you don't even understand the genre.
You're right. Teach me, Bill.
How dare you?
Tell me more.
You just when you think you made the worst song ever, you go, oh, it's
Hold my beer.
Christmas.
Hold
my beer down by the river.
In a truck. I got to take a break. If you want to send a text 35192, you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Buzzard Radio.
The Buzzard.
He's Rover.
I'm going to evacuate the studio. I'm not even kidding.
And Alan Cox.
Nobody wanted to give Butley Forge Knobber the time of day, but we did.